done by Keynote and Apple. So the Thunderbird University is the business school at the University of Arizona. And they surveyed all the top network marketing companies at the time, of which half are still in business. And they looked at the top producers' income. And they took, the way they did this is 80% of the membership in any decent network marketing company, they're just customers. They're looking at 20% are in the business, take the top 1%. That number is 0.2%. We know what the number is for us, right? I showed you before. Back in 1998, it was $750,000 a year. Amway, 3-level breakaway system, like ours, but only 3 levels. It's a good living. Back in 1998, it was a very good living. But you know, I'm from Wall Street. Which number on there is going to attract me? You're going to put in the same amount of time. You're going to talk to the same number of friends and family, and you better have a passion about the darn product. I've used some Amway products. I've bought their stock. I don't really get it. I've been a member of a couple of these companies. You know, as we come out with better products than they do, I'm not anymore. There's only one company that's, I think, worth your valuable time. Next slide. So what are the market trends? We see it everywhere: anti-aging, health and wellness, technology and communication, supplemental income. This is what we play to. I'm going to go really quickly through this. The science is gene expression. I talked about it before. You know, that we have the same genes we had when we were 9 or 19. It's gene switches. Everything you eat, drink, smoke, love, our love affects it. We're the only one who's measuring it. We measure it with gene chips, the little pieces of silicon. There's a company called Affymetrix that we buy it from. Don't buy the stock. What we do is we turn gene expression younger. This is the output of a gene chip. When we're young, genes are turned on, and other bad genes are turned off. When we turn old, it all goes pear-shaped and upside down. And everything we apply, you know, from vitamin C to ginkgo biloba to green tea, is keep clicking, turns the heat map younger. One more. So we get a 92% heat map match in every age-locked product. That means you're getting your genes back to 92% young. No one is doing this. There's some, you know, Jimmy Carter's brain cancer was cured with an epigenetically developed drug. All of the major pharmaceutical research is doing this, but we're the only one who's doing it at the consumer level. It's not cheap. Each gene chip costs $50. You use it once and it's done. We'll use 10, 20,000 of them to develop one product. We started with hair and skin because people spend 10 times as much money on how they look as how they feel. Right? We hijacked this company called LifeGen and put them into skincare. Next. The results are amazing. This is one of our first generation products, and look at her age spots and freckles going away. And we have hundreds, you know, or hundreds of thousands of these. Next. This is a woman using the body spa. She just gave birth, and you know, just how many months later is that? A month later, it looks like it's time for her to give birth again, right? Our Latin American distributors, they let it all hang out. Go onto YouTube and put any body part in body spa, and you're going to see some amazing videos. The inside is what inspires me. The scanner we've talked about. Go ahead, next. This is the data from the scanner. It's out of date. We now scan 20,000 people. If you're smoking, you're going to have a poor score. If you're overweight, I'm sorry, your fat, soluble vitamins are going to spread way too thinly through your fat. And basically, the best thing is to have both Life Pack and fresh fruits and vegetables. Your score will go up with more fresh fruits and vegetables. We talked about this earlier. The slope is steeper if you go on Life Pack, and the best is to do both. Okay, this was a product called TR90. Please don't post this on the internet. I guess you are.
I zoomed out.
Right. So if you look, I started at our global convention. Go ahead and click. See. So I was technically obese, almost 28% body fat, and 3 months later down to 22%. I'm around 21%. You know, I need to be about 17%. My muscle, men should be 34% muscle or more, and you can see the weight in my belly is pulling me forward. and I'm more healthy. It's not quite a six-pack. The problem is I started drinking six-packs in high school, and so I've never really had a six-pack. But I'm finally getting some definition. So the TR90 works. It's guaranteed to work if you go on it for 3 months and you follow the program. This is our average commissions. So we're going to go back to the business. So what are these numbers? These are the numbers of people on your board of directors or partners in the business. And if you're thinking about this business, you should be making a mental name list of who you would want to be on your board of directors, who you'd want to travel with on the next amazing trip that we do. If you're just a simple executive, it means you have a shop volume of $2,000 US a month of people who are consuming products. And you're going to make, on average, $5,000. Well, that's not very much, is it? Well, you have your own business. And he'll tell you, any accountant will tell you, if you have your own business, everything in your life becomes tax deductible. Keep your day job, but then you go from having just a W-2, wages and income, you now file a Schedule C, and your life changes. So my flight over here, my flight down to Argentina to visit my son on his junior semester abroad, I signed up into our business, our tour guide. That whole trip is tax deductible. $15,000 in airfare and hotels. I also talked to a few other people along the way. That's completely tax deductible. So this looks like it's not very much. $300 a month in the global financial crisis would have saved 80% of families from foreclosure of their homes. Don't put down this little extra bit of income. But if you get one other person and you help them to succeed, two, and up to 4 people who join you and you help to succeed, you're almost to the median income of the US, which is $40,000. And at this point, it's so important the company sends you an all-expense-paid trip for 2. They just came back from Maui. The next one is to Orlando, Florida. People can go to Disney World on their own, but they're at Nuskin. It's a first-class trip. And at each of those levels, as you go higher, half of the people who get to here get to the top level. Next. So the trip they just came back from was Maui. It was fabulous. The best hotel in Maui. The next one is to Orlando. And you basically have to complete certain objectives every 6 months to keep going on these trips. They're joyous because you're bringing your team members on them. It's not just about money. 5% of what we do, 95% of who we are. Our mission is to wipe out childhood hunger on this planet. This little silver bag is a Vitameal. We recommend that everyone who's on the business, and even if you're just a consumer, please sponsor a child. One bag for $25. I think it's $25. $25.50 will feed a child per month. This is Malawi. 70% of the adult population is HIV positive. Landlocked, famine, drought, floods, just a disaster. We have taught the population to grow organically rice and beans, which go into a halal kosher packed with Farmanex formulation. When Katrina hit New Orleans, we called all the distributors to take the little bonus points you get from an ADR and contribute those to bags that were sent to the victims. Next. So this is quickly the innovation pipeline. This is the essential oil. If you know anything about essential oils, it's one of the fastest growing categories of health and wellness. They have amazing effects on the brain and health. We have the purest on the market. We have an instrument that's $10 million called liquid gas chromatography. We analyze